Hello everybody and welcome to Diary of Our Days at the Breakwater episode 7 anime review. In this episode we learn how to stick your rod in narrow cracks. I'll leave that one up to you guys. And also the studying is kind of important and you should do it. And friends are always good. Anyway, let's jump into the episode, see exactly how everything went down. Let's do this thing. We open up on the girls sort of just lazing about, especially Kuroiwa. Ohno eventually shows up and Hina has a hook thing to show her. This hook it's red hook, not important. What is important is what it's used for. I didn't write down the name of the fishing, but it's for getting rockfish. They live in little gaps in the rocks. You can see there's some great diagrams and stuff there. Good stuff all around. Ohno is a big fan of this sort of fishing. She goes proper fangirl mode and the others are kind of confused because she never talks this much. But hey, it's nice to see. Good to see even she can get excited. Kuroiwa wakes up and then decides, Phineas and Ferb style, that's what we're going to do today. And basically then all lazily tells Ohno, you're in charge of teaching Hina because I don't want to do it today. I just want to sleep, basically. And hey, sleep is good and everything, but as a senpai you have a duty to teach the young'uns how to fish correctly. They get there to the area they're going to fish at. Even though the water is shallow and everything, the fish, they definitely be there. We'll go with that. Natsumi makes fun of Hina's lack of athleticism and how she'd probably drown. I'm like, that's not something to joke about, because it could actually happen. Natsumi, what you doing? They sort of say like, just kidding, but then they're like, but seriously though, take the life jacket. It started raining pretty heavily. Apologies if you could hear that. Ohno stops Kuroiwa from presumably telling a story about how she almost drowned one time. Again, we learn it later on, but for right now, it's just assumptions and everything. And then they would say like, never forget how scary the ocean is, because Natsumi's all like, well man, I could just swim. The ocean don't scare me, don't it, fam? And they're like, no Natsumi, stop being, I don't know why I gave you a chap voice. But don't do that, because ocean, pretty scary. Kill you anytime. God knows it already has. So, fear the ocean and respect it. Hina comes upon a stumbling block when she learns that they have to use worms. And Hina doesn't like worms because they're all disgusting and everything. Luckily though, Ohno being just the best, brought sliced squid instead today to use. So that's a good thing. Hina's first few attempts don't net her anything. She keeps it up though, keeps moving and everything. Learn that these types of fish, they'll latch on immediately, so you don't get something within like a few seconds, you just move on. It's time saving and all that, I guess. Ohno, while she's fishing, Hina this is, Ohno is always holding her back, which I really like. I really like that little thing, because it's like, she is obviously not a fan of the ocean too much, and she doesn't want Hina to fall in too, so it's a nice little thing there. I like it. It's all like big sister-ish. Instead, they reckon they might have all been, swallowed up by the recent thing they've been doing. So they decide, okay, try this little really narrow one right near the wall, basically. And do it. It's a hit. They catch the sucker and everything. But then we get to the interesting part. Don't touch this thing with bare hands because it's spiky and it'll hurt you. You don't want that. Instead, you got to grip it by its mouth, which Hina obviously doesn't want to do. She doesn't want to grip the fish by its mouth because that's scary and that's a no-go. It'll bite her, Don't think fish have teeth, so I think you're pretty good there. She does end up doing it, and then at the end, Kuroiwa was like, bro, you could have just used these tongs. And Hina's like, oh, why didn't you say something? A bit harsh. Why wouldn't you tell me that? What's wrong with you, Kuroiwa? I could have died. And yeah, maybe, but you didn't, so that's a good thing. At the end of the day, they've caught 4 of these fish, a lot rarer than the other fish they've been getting and everything. Ohno says next time we'll all have life jackets, very emphatically, to which like everybody is like, the younger ones. Kuroiwa obviously already knows, but the younger two are like, okay, you've been acting weird all day, what's going on? Let us in, fill us in on what's happening here. Kuroiwa says you might as well tell them so they don't do it as well. Basically, she tripped and fell in the ocean once when she was a kid and almost drowned. So, yeah. Also, now she's so scared she can't swim. And that's why she always wears a life jacket everywhere. So, poor Kuroiwa and everything. And the end of the eroding message, overriding message, words are hard, is just be careful near water, you know? It's a really simple thing to say, but just be careful. It is a very difficult, you know, thing to consider. Just be careful, guys. Yeah? Just yeah. Second half of the episode is basically Hina forgot to study. Midterms are coming up and she was too busy making plushies and fishing to study, and so probably should study. Turns out Natsumi's actually kind of smart, because she's like, I have to study with you? And Natsumi's like, I'll have you know I was in the top 10 of my year in middle school. And it's like, yeah, Natsumi's actually intelligent, which, who saw that coming? I mean, if you've seen an anime, this stuff always ends up happening, so it actually kind of makes some sense. Where the lackadaisical one is actually super smart. Always happens. It's like a recurring trope now. Arrive at Natsumi's house. We have Glasses Natsumi, which is a bit like regular Natsumi, but better. So, Glasses Natsumi gets a thumbs up from me. Mama Natsumi recognizes Hina and is, you know, fussing. And regular Natsumi is all embarrassed. She's like, Mom, let us go, man. You're embarrassing me, Mom. And it's like, yeah, a little bit. I get it. Hina goes up with her and says basically, hey, you two are like twins and everything. Natsumi, a lot of embarrassed, blushing faces. Natsumi's room is the first friend's room Hina's been in. And Natsumi takes that to mean that she didn't have any friends before. And then Hina's like, hang on, friend, that's not what I meant. I did have an old friend who liked doing crafts as well, and everything. And then Natsumi's just giving her this look, almost like a, there, it's okay, you don't have to lie, it's alright, you know, that kind of look. And it's like, come on, Natsumi, Hina's great, who wouldn't want to be friends with Hina? I'd want to be her friend, and I don't want to be anyone, that's not true, I like a lot of people, just not the assholes, and Hina, not an asshole. And then we begin the studying. Natsumi is actually a very capable teacher / study partner, whatever you want to call her. Good stuff. They have a nice spaghetti lunch. That's good stuff as well. Later on, they're basically conked out, just passed out on the floor. Don't want to do no more work, basically. It's going to rain tomorrow, so I guess this was a brief interlude in the rainy season. They look at the fish charm that Hina made, that, you know, the one that she made instead of studying. And basically Natsumi decides, I want to make one as well. So Hina is like, okay, we'll do it sometime. And then Natsumi's like, although this looks very complicated, so maybe start with something easier. And Hina's just like, mate, this is simple, innit? And Natsumi's like, nope, no it isn't, Hina. You've just been doing it so long that advanced is simple for you now, basically. And then they watch a video of a dude fishing with yarn, like combining the two loves together. And then after a while, Hina decides, I want to do that, let's go do that right now. And I'm like, guys, you were meant to be studying, I think you've forgotten this. But then off they go to do it. And that was the end of the episode. Surely their midterms are going to suffer, because, I mean, they did some studying, but they definitely got distracted towards the end. So hopefully everything goes well. Exams the worst. Like, they're not good, you know? Although I bet most people at the moment would love to take exams based on what the hell's happening with all that. But we're not gonna go into that, at least in the UK. I'm not gonna bring politics to videos, that's a stupid idea. Anyway, let's get to my favourite part of the episode. My favourite part is a little thing, which is kind of weird. It's just Ohno holding on to Hina when she was fishing. Jesus, it's a hard word to say. Yeah, it's not exactly, you know, a super super epic. I mean, this show, there's nothing epic about it. It's a, you know, it's a moe flipping fishing show. I wasn't expecting an epic battle out of nowhere. Although fishing battle, like over the top fishing show, I almost want to watch someone make an over the top fishing show. Like, this is like calm, relaxing. Make it like a super like Food Wars when it was good, but fishing, and like a shonen battle shonen fishing show. Anyway, I got distracted. The little thing, Ohno holding on to her, really nice. Shows like, hey, I'm going to take care of you because you're not going to make the same mistakes I am. And I like that. That's good. That's very good. Anyway, let's wrap this up because I've run out of stuff to say. As I said every episode, hard to think of things to say about this show because it's just so relaxing. And that's my overriding emotion. Anyway, thank you everybody for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye guys.